Well, welcome to the Monday night hangout. We got one watching already. I will post the link over in Stunt Hangar and start a new topic. Monday night and paste. Post. All right, if you'd like to join the hangout, go over to Stunt Hangar and you have to be a member, registered and logged in, and you'll get the link at the bench. It'll be the top thread posted Monday night hangout. And come on in and talk model airplanes with us. Let's see here. I guess I better check to make sure. Yeah, we're on there. 3 watching. Yo! Daniel Berry Sports says, happy Monday. Hey, everyone. And I say, yo! That's all he used to say was yo. A lot of you guys been with me for a long time, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and really helps the channel and helps keep Stunt Hangar afloat. Like I said, I had to get a job to keep Stunt Hangar afloat because this is terrible. I just hope that when we do our drive for next year's server fees, that I don't have to keep working. I mean, because I'm not gonna put it. I used to put this all by myself, and then I started asking for donations. And if you guys remember when we were doing good, I used to give one kit a month away. People would donate and I would buy a kit and give it away. Well, I can't do that now. I mean, times are tough. I understand. And I hate to bitch about it, but I just want to make everybody aware of what's going on. So, is Gary going to be the first? Yes, he is.
I'm here.
Yeah, Gary's the first.
And hope we get some more.
Yeah, we'll get some more.
I think so too. Yeah. Pretty good meeting last Monday or Friday.
I was watching Dan Winship's video of the FCM. Boy, it's really sparse compared to what it used to be. Yeah, that was the last FCM supposedly, and I said, Danny, is that the last FCM meet? And he said, well, Alan's 80 years old. He don't seem like it to me because I've known him for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Elf Lord.
How's it going?
I guess one day this week, if you get over here about 5 o'clock,
Okay.
we can make them landing gear. Go buy some wheels.
I think I got some, yeah.
Buy some of the wide ones that are 2.5 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got some of those.
We'll bend up a new set of gear.
All right.
Get some wheel collars too.
Yeah. What size?
1/8 inch.
1/8 inch. Okay.
Maybe a piece of wire if they got it over there. I might have some here. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think
1/8
I
inch
bought.
wire.
Yeah, I think I bought 10 pieces, but I can't be sure. I mean, this place is a shithole, and I don't know where anything's at anymore. I'm thinking that I'm not gonna make it Saturday to the contest. I'll be there on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So I go into another contest with no flights.
Uh-huh.
I think I only have about 10, 15 flights for the year.
That sounds about right.
But you do have a plane that'll fly, right?
Oh
We've
yeah,
got plenty of
Okay, that's
airplanes.
good. All right.
I'm gonna fly Old Faithful,
Yeah.
like putting on an old pair of shoes. I think. I hope.
Oh,
How's your
last
weather gonna
time you
be?
flew it, weren't you? Didn't you say it what? Didn't something wasn't right?
On what?
I don't know. Which one is it? The XL?
No, everything's fine on the XL. I haven't
Okay.
changed that since 2017, except for repainted it once.
Yeah.
It's fine. No, what's not right is the vortex.
Oh, the Vortex. Okay.
That thing is the worst airplane I've ever built. It's terrible.
Hmm.
And I don't know what it is. I'm gonna let Joe fly it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna bring it to Tulsa?
Yeah.
So
We're leaving
we
we're
are
leaving
taking the
Friday,
trailer.
right?
What's that?
We're leaving Friday, right?
Correct.
In the morning.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we're taking the trailer.
Okay.
I gotta get out there this week and move some stuff around, but yeah, we'll take it. It's got the awning and the tables and the chairs and the
Yeah.
cooler and all that. You got a barbecue in it now.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
My generator's in it, but it don't run. But I do have the next best thing. I don't know whether you've seen it or not.
Thought you fixed the generator.
I did, but the carburetor's clogged up again.
Oh, so there's something else going on.
Oh, it's carburetor.
That's a big honking battery.
Yep,
Battery and inverter?
yep.
What what can you run with that?
Whatever. Could charge your batteries and whatever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I saw this guy at Rodak who had one of these,
Uh-huh.
and he was charging his batteries, and I said, "That's perfect." So
Yeah.
I got one.
And where'd you get that?
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Okay. So you got it up on your page?
I don't know whether I do or not. I guess I could put one up there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put it in your trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got some melamine in there I got to take out of there for templates. But other than that, it's ready to go. I think the tires are up.
Oh, good. Then that tire repair worked.
I think so.
You got a couple of days to check on it.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
How long has your trailer been sitting since you used it?
Last year,
Yeah.
I hope your tires aren't dry rotted.
nah.
One was flat and he fixed it in the summer.
Last summer. Picked up a nail in the alley, I think.
Mm. So I think we're gonna go out flying on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, good luck. Yeah, I saw something. Dan was doing something. Dan McAtee was doing something. I can't figure out. What I hate about being on that group chat is one guy will say something in the morning, and then at 3 o'clock at night it'll come through. Ding.
Yeah.
They all can't talk all at the same time. What they ought to do is just call each other.
So did everybody get their ballot today?
I did not.
I
There
got
it is.
one.
The AMA election ballot.
Yeah.
Oh,
How did it come?
Just US mail.
yeah.
So they're tracking it somehow. Because it's got a ID code on it.
Yeah, you can write me in. I'll take care of these guys.
Write you in as the national officer president.
Yep.
I think that's what I did last time.
wrote
Someone-
yourself.
Someone
Put
mentioned
Sparky
it.
in.
Yeah. Might as well try it.
How long ago did you get it, Steve?
It came in the mail today.
Oh,
Mine
okay.
did-
Well,
mine did
maybe
too.
mine's in the mail right now. Then I'll go check it soon as it cools off.
I might go check mine too. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's 3 guys running for president, and I think all 3 of them had a statement in the last magazine. I
And
looked all
nothing-
over the website and couldn't find it.
Nothing to do with control line.
No, but I don't know. One of them was really negative. I didn't like his thing. And one, well, Randy Cameron, he's the executive vice president, so he wants to be president. I guess he thinks he deserves it. I don't know. It's his turn.
Yeah. Okay, Hillary.
Right.
Right. So I think there's one of the guys is on the West Coast and one of the guys is on the East Coast.
Well, if you vote for me, I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'll run it just like Stunthanger, benevolent dictatorship. This is the way it is, and like it or leave it.
Well, get your
Yeah.
name on the ballot, Sparky. I'll vote for you.
All you gotta do is write me in.
Yeah, there's a spot for a write-in candidate.
Ah,
Yeah.
I know damn well I could do what they're doing there. They ain't doing shit. I think way too much of our money goes for lobbying that doesn't work.
They did a lot, but I don't think all the restrictions that they were talking about happened. So all for RC though. Control line, you're not really affected by any of that.
Carl, you're making a lot of racket there.
I'm not
Got his
not-
headset off.
not doing nothing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll mute.
No, that's all right.
You're
That's
okay.
right.
Moving that microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It must have been when I was adjusting the computer. Then, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like right now.
Yeah, right. Right.
Any little
On your-
thing
yeah,
that you're
right.
doing there.
Your glasses there or something.
Oh, okay. Maybe. All right. I was just trying to clean them. Yeah, I'll mute for a few minutes.
All right. Anytime that screen lights up and there's racket going on, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. You get that green
Outline.
Outline. Yeah.
God, these gnats.
Still haven't gotten rid of that gnat?
No.
That was bugging you on something over the weekend.
Out of spray.
Uh-oh.
Spray some WD-40 on it. That'll go away.
Yeah.
Can't have that there.
No,
Why
I don't know
not?
I don't know where he's hiding.
He only comes out when you got the camera on.
You got any scrap food laying around in your trash bins?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, what are we gonna talk about tonight?
Dennis Animation was on last week after he shut down. He's trying to get on before he shut down, but his computer was updating, so he didn't get on there quick enough. So maybe he'll be on tonight.
Well, just to kill the boredom, just got done replacing the sleeve and the piston in my Apps 25.
Hmm.
Compression's a little bit better than what it was, so hopefully I'll start tomorrow when I fire it up.
What, the dive bombing you now?
Yeah. I'll get right in your face.
Yeah. Wants to be on camera.
You sure they're gnats and not baby mosquitoes?
No,
No,
they're
I hope
not.
not. There's Peter.
Go get one of those electronic fly swatters.
They go right through the mesh on those.
Oh, would they?
Yeah, he doesn't see him. He's just a little tiny.
Yeah.
A dot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I hear a fly, but he should be dying here shortly because he's bigger.
Well, another way you can kill that gnat is just cover your eyes and spray and hold your nose and close your mouth and shoot it with some Lysol. I'll get rid of it.
I think I've made him mad by spraying this stuff.
They all ready to come to St. Louis, Peter?
I gotta start packing up Thursday then, because I'll come down Friday.
Okay, cool.
You gonna be there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we live here.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to be there.
Yeah, I'll be judging stunt.
Okay. I still got a little test flying to do on one plane,
Oh,
so I'll do
okay.
it down. I'll do it down there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Get Sparky to bring his shoestring.
That thing's done. I won't fly that again.
You still got it though?
Yep.
That was a nice plane. You should sell it to someone who wants to fly it then.
It's got a motor vibration because that spinner is so big. I'm afraid it's going to tear the motor out.
Oh,
Was that electric?
Yep.
Did you have like
go
a
ahead.
sound box in it or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Continental.
Did you make that spinner or print that spinner, or is it a bought one?
It's a bought one. It's heavy.
Because there are guys now who claim they can make real nice, print them, 3D print them. But I don't know. I don't like doing high RPMs with something homemade.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's an aluminum. Shit, that spinner was $60. It's aluminum. Because it was a real specific shape.
Right. Yeah. Is the company True Turn still around? That's the one I used to. I still had a couple of their spinners. Those were beautiful aluminum True Turn spinners.
Nope, they're not around no more.
Oh. I don't know. Is there anyone making aluminum spinners anymore?
I don't think Dave Brown is around even.
I bet you there's machine shops who will make you one of a kind one, but it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, I had three. I have an S6B Supermarine stunt airplane, and that has a 1-inch spinner on it. And it looks like the Randy Smith spinner, but it's 1 inch, just covers the hub. That I think those cost me $75 a piece, and I had three of them made by
Yeah.
a speed guy. Nice spinners, but man, I can't afford that. Or if you look at it like Dean Pappas' only hobby is spending money, because I ain't got any.
So I got to figure out how much fuel do I need to bring down? How much is my wife going to fly? Because she's the one that still flies the glow fuel. And it's like, I got 2 quarts left, but that should be it.
That'll be plenty.
Yeah.
When she starts flying, though, you can't stop her.
Hmm.
Well, at least she's flying.
Yeah. I got a question. Flying a twin, and I know there's lots of experts here. I fly my twins, both engines running conventional direction. Pros and cons of having one of each direction. I know there's been threads on Stunt Hangar about that, but I don't know if everyone, I think there's a lot of opinions out there and less actual facts out there.
You got to ask Howard Rush when he comes on. He would know, or Bob Hunt knows.
Yeah, that's what I was. The two of them I would trust with their views, but the only thing I've ever seen flying with the electric twin, both conventional, if I gun it on the ground, I can make it turn in. It turns in, but it's only if I gun it. If you come up slowly, you never notice the difference. But I just want, and I'm not doing aerobatics, and it probably makes a lot more difference for someone doing aerobatics.
Well, I know the real P-38, the props go in at the top like that.
Right. But, with control line, I want it to stay out on the lines during maneuvers, so it does one way. And I'm flying an ARF now, and I left that like the RC setup, that one is each direction. And it seems to fly fine control line. And mainly, I left that one because I didn't want to go buy more props, so I just left it the way it was.
Here's my opinion on that. I don't fly electric, and I have flown left and right hand propeller stuff. I would say fly it, and if you don't like it, try it the other way. And if that works better, run it that way. It's kind of, each airplane's a separate deal. It's just a trimming aspect.
Right. I thought it made more difference if you're doing maneuvers, like when you're pulling up hard or something, it makes more difference. But I'd have to think real hard, and my brain would hurt if I thought too hard about that.
You got to ask Bob Hunt. He's done more experimentation on that than anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has. He's tried every combination, I think.
There's only 3. No, actually 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's easy enough on the electric to switch them. So.
Just have a handful of propellers. Well, you really only need 2 extra.
If this is a trike gear, and if I hit hard enough to break the props, it's going to break more than the props.
Yeah.
It pushed the nose gear right through the top of the fuselage.
Yeah.
We got that notice today from AMA with their plans extravaganza.
Oh, yeah.
And I went on there and I got the first page okay, but the webmaster didn't know how to set up a website. I clicked on the second page and there's just a little 0 up in the left-hand corner.
Oops.
And I ended up with, I got, I'll show you this. I got 3 discs like this, except I can't find the other 2. I found this disc, and I was trying to extract them off the CD onto my computer today. Yeah, there it is. Stunt plans disc. This has probably got 200 plan sets on it right here. And I got 3 discs. So, hey, there's Gordy.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Gord.
How's it going? I'll be running back and forth here. It's dinner time here.
Your airplane put away? That dog's looking for it.
I got it all repaired.
Oh, good.
So I got to do a little touch up because I sprayed it with KB epoxy. So I got to touch up the crack a little bit with some black. But I've been working on my Pathfinder profile, and I changed the flap to elevator ratio and took the muffler off, polished it up. Looks like a piece of chrome now. Now I guess I'm going to have to take the spinner off, do the same to the spinner. Painted the gas tank so it matches the airplane. Made new brackets for it so I can get the tank up higher. It's pretty high. I'm running that Stalker 51, but it seems to want to tank up pretty high. I even got the Uniflow turned up. Because there's no way I could get the tank up by itself to stop it from going rich, inverted.
Dan Winship called this morning and said that Alan Goff, no, wait a minute. No, Kenny Stevens had went and picked up, now I can't. We had Les McDonald's stiletto that Win Paul had. And so that they fixed the silk span good enough to fly it. And he said that the control ratios were really fast. The elevator, way more flap than elevator. And he's talking and talking and talking. And Kenny said how great that airplane flew. And I'm thinking to myself, Danny, do you know why that airplane flew great? Now, this is a Stiletto 35. He said, why? I said, because it's under 40 ounces.
That's a good pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the heaviest Pathfinder profile I've built. I always shoot for 48 ounces, and this is just under 50. But it's got a lot of square inches, so it still flies good.
What's a good wing loading for your stunt planes now? What are you guys shooting for?
Well, it depends on the size of the airplane and how much power you got. I usually take and divide the square inches. Let's see, how do I do that? Oh, I take 12 and divide it into the square inches. Is that right? No, I'm not telling you right.
That gives you a square foot.
Yeah, I always did mine in inches. But if it comes out in the 12s, it's usually a pretty good airplane.
But try to shoot for the 10s.
My big twin was in the 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 12. I forgot the units, but it's 12, whatever those units are. Is that
Ounces.
ounces per square foot?
Yeah.
Well, it can be by a square foot or square inches. I've always did mine in square inches.
But I mean, the 12 that you're talking is per square inches, right? I mean, square.
Yeah. No, square inches.
Okay.
Let's see how that works out.
Oh, I remember now. You take the weight of the airplane, divide that into the square inches, and that'll tell you if it's 11, 12, 13.
So we got a 700 square inch airplane, and it weight, we'll just say 60 ounces, divide by 60. That's 11.6 per square foot, right?
Yeah.
Per square inches.
Oh, no, 60 ounces. Okay.
Well, you got your computer there, Sparky. Take 48 and divide that into 640 squares.
640. 640. What the heck is wrong with this stupid thing? 640.
Divided by what?
48.
13.
13.
Yep.
Yeah, 13.33333333.
Yeah. See, that is awesome wing loading. You know, at my altitude, we used to figure a Nobler had to be in the 13s to fly good at this altitude. So my first Nobler was 37 ounces. And I think Jim Rhodes was 41, but his still flew good at 41. So if you can build an airplane in the high 11s and 12s, it's going to fly fine. You know, like mine, it's a profile. So my LE Pathfinder was 58 ounces, and it was 650 squares. Figure that one out. 650 squared divided by 58.
1120.
1120.
Yep.
Yeah, and it flew fine up here. You know, had a PA in it. It's kind of funny. It flew really good. I had a 51, and everybody talked more power, so I put my 61 in it, and it didn't like it. You know, the extra nose weight, it turned it into a pumpkin. So I took it back out and put the 51 back in it.
I don't think this formula is right, and I'll tell you why. Because my Viper is 740 squares according to Howard, and we divide that by 53. We'll say 54, and that's 13.7.
That's awesome. That's correct.
It is.
That's inches per ounce.
Square inches per ounce, yeah.
Yep. That's an incredible weight there, Sparky.
Okay. And it flies like it too.
I bet it does. Yeah, I never did convert it to foot, so I don't relate to it, but I do relate to the square inches.
Okay.
That airplane, that one there flies really good too. This is 56 ounces.
Same squares?
Yes.
Yeah, that's still going to fly well.
That's 13.21.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Let's see what Billy's Thunderbolt is. That's 700 squares divided by 53. 700 divided by 53. 13.2. That must be right.
Wow. Yeah, that's an incredible wing loading. You know, see, where I fly is 4,400 feet. So if we, like my Colossus, it doesn't fly well here, but I go to Tucson, it flies really good. And if I fly it on the coast, flies really, really good.
It'd fly good in Muncie.
Yeah, it flew good at Muncie. But what's the altitude there? 800 or 900 feet?
I think it's 500.
500?
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Well, that was good enough to win the Classic with it 2 years in a row.
What is the altitude at Muncie, Indiana? Yeah, it is not. It's 932 feet.
900, huh?
Let's see what St. Louis is. What is the altitude of St. Louis? 466.
Wow. I'll get him to dig me a great big deep hole.
Maybe that's why I get such good gas mileage coming home. I'm going downhill. It has to be. What is the altitude of Tulsa? 636.
Wow. I believe the Salt Lake Airport is 4350 or something at the airport.
What is the altitude of the Salt Lake Airport? 4226.
What is it?
4226.
Wow. I should have known that since I flew out of there often enough.
Got to go on a diet there. It's thin air.
Boy, you got that right. I could go on a diet with sure help.
Gordy, I saw a picture of you the other night holding too much at VSC. Boy, that's been a while.
I bet I was pretty thin then, too.
You were thin. I had to look twice to see who it was. I said, I know it's Gordy's airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since I took that picture.
25, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Time flies.
I still have the airplane. After we quit flying it the last time, I had everybody there sign it.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. That was a year after I was there. That's all right. I got to see it fly one time, and it's like Gordon holding on to a full-scale airplane is what it looked like. That thing is huge. It would go over in a wing over and look like we was having an eclipse. I thought, good gosh.
A lot of people said it looked like a surfboard going over the top.
Yeah, it was a big airplane, that's for sure. Those motors whining, getting in a harmonic with each other. That was wild.
You know,
Yeah.
the first time I took it there, Jack Sheik, George Allridge, and they won the Nats.
Bob Palmer.
No. Trying to think what airplanes he designed. Anyway, the three of them are standing there with their arms folded.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it back into the pits, and they're shaking their heads. And I asked George, I says, what's the matter? You didn't like it? He said, on the contrary, Gordy. He says, I heard about this airplane years ago, and there's so much bull crap in the hobby, you don't know what to believe. And I tell you, we were not disappointed.
Yeah. I tell you what, that was a treat to see it fly. It was a big, big airplane.
Yep, 6'4".
Yeah, it's as big as me. But I got tickled. I got a picture of you hiding. I got one with you holding it out like this. Well, this. And then another one with you hiding behind it. You could barely see you back there. If you hadn't stuck your head out, we wouldn't have seen you.
Yeah,
But
that's
you was
right.
only up just past the nacelle. That was cute.
Hey, let's not have any short jokes.
No, no short jokes.
Gordy, that's vertically challenged.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I
I
got
tell
a
you
name
what,
here in Salt Lake. They called me the GSO. I can't
GSO.
remember who started it, so everybody started calling me the. Here comes the GSO.
What does
And my
that
funny
stand
ass
for?
this guy says, "What does that mean?" The great short one.
Oh, Lord. Well, I tell you what, I'm a lover of sports cars. And when you're 6'4" and love sports cars, you get used to frustration.
Oh yeah.
There just weren't a lot that I could get in and out of. I finally found a 69 Datsun 2000 Roadster, fell in love with the thing and bought it. And everybody was asking me, why did you buy that? I said, because I can get in and out of it. I mean, I love the 240Z, but 240 is a hard top. I want a convertible.
Yeah,
So
that
I
way-
bought that thing. That's about 49 years ago. And it's still sitting in the basement. Vicky and I've been married right out a year when I bought that thing, and it's still sitting in the basement.
Your basement must be crammed. Everything's in the basement.
It
Yeah.
is crammed. It is too tight, and I'm in the process of cleaning it out. And I'm telling you what,
A match. Use a match.
it's a big no. It's a big basement. Hey, if somebody lights a match in my basement and it catches, you get the hell as far away from here as you can because, oh, never mind. There's a lot of model fuel down there. There's model fuel down there. There's a few guns hidden down there, and they're loaded. So, don't
Yeah,
believe if
you
this
know,
place catches fire, I want to mess with it.
if you got my basement on fire, you better head to the next block. I got a
I know
lot
what you mean.
I got a lot of gunpowder for reloading.
Mm-hmm.
And that
I came
sucker
home. Go
would
ahead.
be like a bomb going off.
When my little brother passed away, he died in New Jersey, and I had to go get his stuff and bring him. Well, I had to send him home, but I had to bring all his stuff home. He was a IDP, International Defense Pistol range officer and competitor, and there was 42 pounds of gunpowder.
Wow.
There was no way they were going to let me bring that home. And I asked about the permits and all that, what I need to do. And they were talking all these permits. We had a 24-foot U-Haul box that we brought his stuff home in. And I loaded the gunpowder in the very front of the box. We got about halfway home. And it was a really hot day. And I got thinking, Jesus Christmas, that gunpowder is right behind me.
You know
I
what's
said,
worse
well,
than gunpowder?
if anything happens, we'll never know what happened. Yeah, it was all kinds of gunpowder, black powder, gunpowder, everything. There was 5 or 6 different kinds of gunpowder, some for pistols, some for rifles, some for black powder. There was all kinds of stuff. He was into all that stuff.
What's worse than gunpowder is thinner.
Yeah, well, that's
A gallon of thinner is 1 stick of dynamite.
oh brother, I just brought home 3 gallons of that.
That's what you got there. Three sticks. And that's according to Bernie Trent. And that's he's in the paint business.
He's pretty good, probably.
See,
Well, Lord, anyway,
Phil, can I ask you what your brother died from?
same thing I've got, congestive heart failure. He just didn't pay attention to it. The whole family's had it. I mean, my mother had it. My sister died of it. My little brother died of it. My dad had it and didn't know it. And so it was on both sides of our family. And my older brother came down with it about 10 years ago. And it got me last May. But it's all right. As long as you stay on your meds and act like you got some sense, it's doable.
Wow. Well, here comes my bride. Oh, where are you going? Oh, she just come to tell me dinner's ready, so I'll be back after dinner.
All
All right. Have a good one, Gordy. Well, I tell you one thing, I was looking through my plans, and Lord have mercy, I must really like Gordon's airplanes. because it seems like every third plan I pick up is to one of the Pathfinders. Pathfinder, the LE, the Twin, I've got plans to 6 planes, but for some reason I keep running back into those 6 plans. In all the plans I've got a great big box of plans. I mean, a big box of plans. I bet I've got 150 plans. And I keep running into those 6 just over and over again. What in the world? So I finally decided in my infinite wisdom, I got an idea. My wife calls it a brain pick. I got me a little box and I put all the Pathfinder parts in there. And I figured out that there's all the Pathfinders, and then there's the geodetic wing to the Pathfinder, and then there's the parts sets to the Pathfinder. And oh boy, what a
Someday
mess.
you'll be able to build a Pathfinder if you gather up all the shit.
Oh, I got a Pathfinder 40 ready to go together down there. I just got a big enough place. I got a table about the size of yours, Sparky, and I got no place to put the dang thing together. But it's all right. I'll get it. I got too much crap. I got too much crap down there right now.
My place ain't gonna take a turn until Steve gets over here this winter.
That's
What,
when
Steve's going to clean it up for you?
We're gonna do it together.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, when you get done with Sparky's, if you're successful, let me know when, and I'll get the guest room ready.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mine is a nightmare. I got a furniture set down there, full bedroom suite, 7 pieces, dressing table, all kinds of stuff. It's post World War II. And I hate to get rid of it, but it's everything was smaller then. A double bed was the big bed.
That's
Yeah.
because
And-
people weren't so fat.
Well, you're right. But anyway, it's a small bedroom suite. It was my parents' bedroom suite, and I hate to get rid of that thing, but I got no place to put it.
Look at the pictures from 1945 and tell me how many fat people you see.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But I can't get into that too much because I resemble that remark.
What?
I'm getting there quick. I'm trying to lose weight and dang faint. I gain a pound, I lose 3, and I gain a pound, I lose 3, and then all of a sudden I'm right back where I started from again. How does that mathematically work out?
Well, that history of our part of the country, they didn't really take pictures of fat people. They wanted slim, trim, muscle
Yeah,
bound
well, what we
type
want and
of-
what we get don't always agree though, Carl.
But you need
I
to
agree.
borrow some of Bob Hunt's room. He's got plenty of room there. Looks
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really.
I want to go to Stuntdom and visit for a day or two and see what he's got. See how he does it. The thing that always gets me about Bob's place, I don't think Bob's really got that much room. Bob has just mastered organization enough that it's neat, it's tidy, and you can find stuff. Mine's
Hunt's
neat
shop
and
is
tidy.
smaller than this one.
Do what?
Bob Hunt's shop is smaller than mine.
You're kidding.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, it's smaller. I got 2 rooms, he's got 1.
Maybe I need to come to St. Louis and learn how to get it straightened out then. I've got a 4x8 table. Was a conference table for Bowman Gray School of Medicine. And somebody sat on the side of the table and broke one of the legs. And they wanted to get rid of it. Rather than fix it, they wanted to get rid of it. So my brother-in-law and I went up there one night and got the thing and took it down we got in our infinite wisdom, we decided to take it down the stairwell. Now this thing's 8 inches long, 4 feet wide, and about 5 inches thick. Weighs about 250 pounds. And I, being the big guy, was on the bottom of the steps.
8 inches. That ain't very big.
What? It's about that thick.
Oh, 8 inches thick.
Yeah. It's 8 feet long, 4 feet wide. Weighs
Okay.
about 250, 300 pounds. By the time we got that thing down 7 floors, I was pooped. I had to sit down and take a rest before I could even carry it out to put it on the trailer and take it home. Once I got it home, we got it in the basement and got it over against the wall, and it sat there for 2 or 3 days before I'd touch it. I finally made a 4 before legs and 2 before frame table to set it on. And it's got one shelf. But I've got stuff on the shelf, and then I've got stuff in cart things under it that slide back and forth where I can get to everything. It's got 2 shelves. And I've got a little bit of room under it, but it's up high enough that, like I say, I'm 6'4", and it's up comfortable for me to work at. I don't like this 30-inch tall mess. I don't want to bend over. I want to stand up and work. But other people, even Tommy, when he saw it, and Tommy's, you know how tall Tommy is, about your height, Robert. And he likes it.
If we can go like that.
Well, he told me the only thing wrong with it is it wasn't in his basement. So, you know, he must have liked it at least to some degree. But I've got it so crowded right now, I can't even do anything with it. But I'm working on fixing that. Last few weeks, I've started working on. I got me 2 boxes, and I said, I haven't used this in a while. Do I really need this? Maybe not. Put it over in that box, and it
Got
goes.
lots of that.
Huh?
I got lots of that.
Now I take it out to the field and ask the guys if they want it. And if they don't want it, it goes to the dump. I haven't had anything make it to the dumpster yet. There's 2 old men at the dump. I got a whole truckload of stuff, not just hobby stuff, just stuff out of my basement, stuff I've collected over the years. Because one of these days, I'll use that. I'll need that. I'll find a use for that. 30 years later and been retired 10 years, I ain't found a use for it. So I put it in the truck, took it to the dump. Not one bloody piece of that truckload of stuff made it into those 2 dumpsters. 2 old men out there with pickup trucks took every single piece of it.
Guess what, Mark? We're closed on Mondays. And Steve Berry says good evening. Roy Lane says good evening, light given. Okay. Carry on.
But it's just been, it's good stuff. It's just stuff I'm never going to use, so I'm getting rid of it. I was looking down there the other day and found an airplane I thought I'd gotten rid of it 20 years ago, and I found it. I said, darn, all I got to do is remonocoat the wings. I can fly that thing. It's an old shoestring. I might build one of those racers out of it with a 25 and go compete with the guys at Brodak. Make them look good.
Maybe Jimmy Hoffa's down there.
No, I doubt that. No, the house isn't that old. Jimmy Hoffa's holding a bridge up somewhere.
He's part of a Toyota.
Could be.
Gary, it's going to be an early night for me because I got to work tomorrow. Don't shut this off until 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
And you don't have to shut it off then either.
Okay.
It's a shame that Sparky has to go back to that nasty word.
Yeah.
4-letter word.
I don't mind it.
You like motorcycles. I went by a Harley shop today.
No, they're about done.
Yeah, and I just, well, my wife's cousin owned 2 of them, and when he died, they sold one of them. It's now a car lot, and the other one they've still kept one in Statesville, and I understand it's not doing real good. I don't know, but
Harley-Davidson last 2 more years, it'll be a miracle.
yeah. But I was really surprised. They were going great guns, and I mean, there's motorcycle shops I bet I could take you to 10 within 5 miles of my house. Second shift, well, there's just a bunch of them. And you walk in these places and they got beautiful choppers and all kinds of dressers and three-wheelers that are nothing like anything Harley ever built. Just all kinds of custom motorcycles. And then hear that Harley's having trouble and about to go out of business. Good grief, man. That's just weird. I mean, the only thing we got more of than motorcycle shops around this area is daggum race car shops. If it weren't for the drag racers and the NASCAR guys, we go out this our area closed down. RCR's 3 miles that way.
I'll say this for the guys that want to stop by and see me, don't. I don't need none of that. Just trust me, I'm there. I'm busy.
I bet you do stay busy.
There's iPad.
Hi,
How does
guys.
Hey, there he
Hey,
is. Hey, Joe.
Hey, there he is. How do the new ones compare to the old ones?
Well, I've been around since a shovelhead. Well, end of pan, beginning of shovel. And,
Yeah.
I tried to explain this to my sister, and I'll explain it for everybody. Right now would be a good time to buy Harley stock, believe it or not. And I'll tell you why. They're going belly up right now. They have forgotten their roots. In the shovelhead days, AMF, which is American Machine Foundry, took them over, and they were bowling ball makers. And they took them over, and the production the quality was poor. They even had a part number as an oil catch pan for when they were sitting in the showroom.
Hmm.
Then they changed the design of the engine to the Evo, and it was better. I mean, that's a pretty decent motor. It doesn't have any problems. And that lasted till 99. Then the twin cam came out, and it had problems that they knew about, and they decided that they would do warranty claims rather than fix the product. So they sacrificed quality for quantity. Then this Zeist guy came in, and he's, I don't know, some type of food manager or whatever. And they got these woke ideas, and they started building the live wire, which was a huge flop. Of course, Eric Buell from Buell Motorcycle, that was a flop too. They originally had a Sportster engine in it, and then they got their own engine. But anyway, they came out with this live wire, expecting that they would, attract the Elon Musk type electric vehicles. And who's going to buy a Harley that doesn't make noise? So that was a flop. So
He's right.
they parted the company off, and Livewire is its own entity. So then they came out with M8 engine. And where the bikers are really disheartened by Harley-Davidson is the Sportster was the introductory motorcycle to Harley-Davidson. There is no more Sportster. They sold their tooling, the patterns, and all the rights to, I can't remember, Xinjiang or whatever, China. And the excuse was that they couldn't meet the European market for, what is that? The weather market.
Emission stuff?
Yeah, emissions. Well, that's bullshit, because all they did was lower the compression, and they met the market. They just didn't want to meet the market. They're trying to tailor themselves to high-end people. Well, there is no more high-end people left. All the doctors and lawyers, the boomers, already bought their motorcycles and are done with that. So now they're going to have to cater to the Gen Z and the Generation X that don't have any money. So Harley-Davidson stock is taking a tank right now. It's gone from $300 a share down to $20 or something like that. So my theory is that it's going to get down to about $10 a share, and they're going to try to get Daimler or Porsche or somebody to take over the brand. You know, it's 120 some years old, 122 years old. 1903 was the first motorcycle. So that's an iconic brand of the United States. I believe that some big company is going to take them over, just like the AMF days, and they're going to bring it back. But it's a huge gamble. But if I had the money, I'd invest in Harley-Davidson stock when it hits the bottom, because it will.
Let me know when it hits bottom.
I figure
I'll go
about
buy some.
I figure about $10 a share.
It gets to $10 a share. Let me know. I'll go buy some. I'll go buy, put a few thousand in it and see what happens.
It's $29.88 right now.
And it's look at the trend.
It peaked out the September 4th at $30. The bottom was April 8th at $22. And
Okay,
been
look
up and down since then.
look at the
That's just-
stock in the 90s.
Oh, you mean for many years?
Yeah. See if you can
Well-
find what it was in 99.
206 was the peak at 70. 86 was $1.27, $3.86. Got up to 58.75, back down to $13. And March 31st of 2014 was $69.70, maybe one day.
Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but he's just read off the numbers, and I'm trying to pick them out of my head. You know, that tells you something's going to happen.
They've had some peaking mountains since '94.
Yeah. Well, see, like I was saying, everybody, okay, if you, in 99, if you were trying to buy a Harley-Davidson, you had to get on a waiting list because of the scarcity. Well, that was BS. We had a whole building full of motorcycles, and they were holding them back just to create that scarcity.
That drive up.
Yep. And they were charging 1,000 just as a starter, 1,000 over MSRP, and they would skim that $1,000 in cash and put it in the till, and then sell it for MSRP. Now that's not where the trick is. Where the trick is, it comes in with financing, because they finance you at an ungodly rate. You're going to be, if you buy a $20,000 Harley on their financing, you're going to pay $40,000 by the time it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Are
do
there
Harley
any that
finance.
cheap anymore?
That's the reason. That's the reason you buy a motorcycle. You go in, write one check, and carry the title home with you.
Right.
You finance it, you're in a heap of trouble. You just made your first mistake.
It's a toy you pay cash or don't buy.
Yeah.
Well,
A truck is one thing, a house is one thing, but a motorcycle, no. You pay cash or you don't get it.
good used ones. Now, if you say, you know, a 2000, well, that's 25 years old. That's what mine was, a 2000. That is not worn out by any stretch of the means,
No.
except
We had
mine.
a shovel head. My daughter had a shovel head. Just got rid of it 2 years ago, and it was still a nice bike.
Mine was a twin cam, and they had problems with oil pumps, gerotor oil pumps. They had problems with cam chains and inner bearings, and like I was telling you about the planned obsolescence, and you know, they would rather pay the warranty claim than fix the problem. And it was only they could have fixed the problem for $63 a motorcycle, but they didn't want to spend that $63 over
So
all
they spent $500 in maintenance.
the.
Hey, Sparky,
Yeah.
I just pulled up my Robinhood account because I trade some stocks. I've got some stuff in the stock market. Harley's trading at $29.80 right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
$29. It's down 50%. I'm sorry, 45% from its all-time. The all-time high of Harley-Davidson was $56 in 2016.
No,
That's-
no, it was 200. And what was it, Joe?
I didn't see it that high. I saw 80 something all time on the trend. And I saw it for $69.61 or $69.85. September 30th, 2013, $69.24.
$69.24. I thought it was 200 something.
No.
Anyway, it's going down, and when it hits $10, that's the time to
Says
buy.
it's, well, I'm going to put it on my watch list, and I'm going to put alerts on it for $25, $20, $15.
13 was the low in 208, Michael. I'm seeing
The low. Yeah, I'm saying the high.
1339. Yeah, 1339 and 208. The trick
I'll
is
put
somebody's
some-
got to buy that and market it to
Yeah.
sell the silly thing, you know.
And when I tell you this, I'm just telling as a speculation. I just kind of got it in my gut that Daimler Chrysler or Porsche is going to partner with them to bring it back. They have to.
Yeah. They're not going to let the brand die. Somebody's going to save the brand. It's too iconic of a brand for them to let it die. So
Exactly.
the key is going to be buy it when it's low enough so that it'll come back. But I've got some biotech stock that I've made some considerable money on, and it's kind of flattened. It's just all sitting there. But I may put some alerts on Harley, and if it drops to 15, I may buy $1,500 worth of it. I'll buy 100 shares.
Buy it every week. Do every.
Well, I don't want to
Friday.
buy it on the way down. I want to buy it when it's close to bottoming out.
Yeah.
'cause
But even then,
I-
if you bought it on a Friday at 2:00 when everybody goes to the lake, that's the lowest time for the stock market. Buy
I'm
it four
thinking
Fridays in a row.
I'm thinking it's going to hit $10 because those years that you're showing there, Joe, go back to 1976 and see what the stock was. That's when AMF took over.
I don't think it goes that far. I'll go look.
I'm looking right here. Harley-Davidson's highest all-time closing stock price was $56.54, reached on April 30th of 2014. Highest price.
How much do you get?
Mine says $71 on December 8th.
Yours says 71? Okay.
So what Sparky's thinking of, remember guys, in the 90s, there were multiple stock splits. So your trend is showing, after the stock split. So
It could be two splits in there.
yeah, no, there was 5. 90, 92, 94, 97, and
There
2000.
you go. There you
So-
go.
All right.
1, 2, yeah, five 2-for-1 splits. So that's 32. You'd have 32 times as many shares as you started with after
That's
all the
right.
splits.
And now multiply 32 times that 70.
Right,
You'd have some money.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd have
it could be a good buy if it drops, because I think your instincts are right, Sparky. I think they're not going to let the brand die. That's what's going to happen. It's a valuable brand. Even if they streamline the motorcycle stuff, the actual bikes, the apparel and the gear is worth something too. The logo, just the marketing of the gear and the logo and the leathers and the boots and, all the stuff that goes with it.
You're talking about Jive Combat Team stock?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine went in the toilet when you quit flying combat, man.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I tell you what, they you go in any Harley shop and 90% of what's in there is the apparel. It's not the bikes, it's the apparel.
It's called Motor Clothes, and that was taken over by Willie G's daughter. And she brought it into being. And then this Geist guy, he's really screwed things up. In order for them to come back, they're going to have to get rid of that
battery.
their latest man.
The 2-cell battery.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be hard to get rid of him. He brought in a large influx of cash when he came.
Well, they have poor instincts as far as motorcycles go.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought when they brought in the Buell, that was an absolute joke when they developed the Buell. But then the Buell did so well on the drag strip that it turned out to be a good bike for them.
Buell was garbage, and so was the V-Rod. I met Eric Buell, I know the guy. And like I told this story before, Scott Cromeroy ran the race program. He came down to the shop and he said, I want you to ride this V-Rod. This was in 99 when the V-Rod first hit the market. And I took it out on the test test track or test route that we go on. And I come back, he said, what do you think? I said, it rides like a buckboard, it steers like a tank, and it's a gutless wonder. And he said, oh, you got to hit it, got to wind it up. I said, buddy, I had the valves floating in this thing. It was nowhere near what a Suzuki Hayabusa was. Nowhere near it. So they had a turd to begin with, and you can only polish a turd so far.
Sparky, did you ever see them polish that turd to a mirror finish on
Yeah.
YouTube? Look it up. They polish one to a mirror finish.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, look up polished turd sphere on YouTube. You're going to be surprised. It looks like a damn 8-ball. They got it so shiny.
But you know what? It's still a turd.
It's still a turd. That's right. That's right. A turd's a turd is a turd.
Let me look at this.
You know, talking about polishing, when I worked at a camera shop, we used to lap mirrors for over a week with a real fine compound.
Is that Mythbusters?
What's that?
Oh, I did that with aluminum foil.
Oh, yours was this here was made of glass, and they'd polish it, and we'd measure it with light to see if it was flat enough.
Yeah, I remember seeing them do that polishing. We had a lot of fun. They had us. I didn't do it, but I saw our shop doing polishing first surface mirrors. Now you talk about something shiny, and the silver on those things is so thin, and they're polishing it. But the stuff that they're polishing it with has just, the grid is so fine, it's just non-existent. And they polish that thing for hours. But once they get done with it, buddy, you put it in a microscope or telescope, and there's just no distortion to speak of. Then you take a time delay picture on it, and you find out that, oh yeah, there's a lot of distortion. It's just not available to the naked eye.
Yeah, we used a special light and measured the line pairs. The straighter it is, the flatter it is, and it's got a lot of waves in it. We'd have to polish. Sometimes we'd polish stuff for over a week.
Yeah. Yep. You think Sparky gets a finish on his airplane nice and flat and shiny. If you put it through some of these microscopes that we had to use to do these first surface mirrors, it would look like the moon or looking at the gravel in the driveway.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, amazing.
All right, guys, I got to go to bed. And Gary Sinclair is going to be your host. He'll shut it off whenever he gets tired, after 9, hopefully. And,
all right. You take care, Sparky. It's 9 o'clock now here, 9:10.
Night, Bob.
Sparky, take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yeah,
Good night.
7 o'clock here. You have a good night, Robert.
Night.
Well, I hate it when Sparky had to go back to work, because that's just, ooh. We're too dang old to be going to work. Gracious.
Well, hi, Howard.
Look out.
Hi.
Howard's getting ready to go flying.
You gotta
Oh,
go fly,
right.
you gotta fly a little stunt.
That's a good thing.
I don't know whether this signal will work on this iPad at the circle. We'll see. My phone's about out of gas, but this is an iPad.
This is why we save parts, bro. Right here. This is why we save parts. We have one else. You know, I can look.
Because we put new wheels on it because I broke them.
Right, but we might have the actual wheel. Is what you're saying.
Hey, Howard, can I ask you what prop you got on your model? What prop are you using on that impact?
Prop? It's an Igor 12-inch.
Yeah, that 12.5?
Things out. I was looking. I thought we might have some tail.
Oh, 12, yeah, about.
Okay. All right.
We should have one from the 52-inch 630 XP. And one from the Velux. I looked at those two, I think they're too big.
Hey, Howard,
Yeah.
have you had a chance to work on those ribs at all?
I've had a chance and I haven't done it. It's
I can relate to that.
I've been I've been doing some other things, but they're ready to go.
So you're gonna put up a flight now?
That's my plan.
Well, let's
It's a
make it
little
happen.
brandy,
Yeah, it's only 6 o'clock there.
but all right.
Well, let's see a
All
pattern
righty.
there.
Tell him howdy. Tell him howdy. Tell him howdy. Okay. Sit down.
He looks like a terrorist.
That's a terrorist. That's the terrorist.
Yeah.
He decided he's going to jump up in my lap and get his 15 minutes of fame, or 15 seconds anyway. That's my boy. He's a mess. He jumps up in my wife's lap and gets up. He's got a paw on either side of her neck and his head right beside her face. And she's petting him and he just growls. Sounds like he's going to just eat her up. And that's just the way they play. I don't know. I told him every time he starts growling like that, I put him down. But he growls at her and sounds like he's going to just attack her any second. And he's over there just licking her the whole time. That's the craziest thing I ever seen. He's a rescue, but he's a nut job. But I love him.
Put him down.
Yeah. That's what I do when he starts growling. I put him down. I don't like that, but she don't mind it. He kisses her the whole time. He's growling at her. He's licking her. So he's a crazy puppy.
Receiver up.
He's a crazy puppy.
Have to make Howard big when he starts walking to the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon, I got a question for you. If you took a Pathfinder wing,
which one?
and you were to Pathfinder wing, just a regular Pathfinder.
Well, the profile.
40.
I want to under the shrug and
I'm thinking about doing it to just a standard Pathfinder because I'm used to flying that plane and I know how it works, how it does. If you were to take the trailing edge of that thing and cut an inch off at the tip and taper it down to nothing at the root, I don't know how many square inches you'd lose, probably 20 or 30, but probably more than that, probably 40. You'd lose that on each side. How bad do you reckon that would affect the way that thing flies?
Because I may put some balls to
Well, Mike is talking so loud I can't hear you.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Get it running. We'll touch up. And bind it? Yeah, bind it. Plug everything in and bind it. Just don't glue anything down. Don't hot glue the receiver in or the ESC yet.
Okay, say again there, Phil.
If you used to take a Pathfinder wing, standard Pathfinder wing, Hershey bar wing, and used to go out to the tip of the flaps, go in 1 inch and cut it off and taper it all the way down to nothing at the root. How bad do you reckon that would affect the way the plane flies?
Change every rib going out there.
Why would you want to do that?
See about taking some of the load off the flaps in the wind.
I'll find it.
Well, you could always build the LE. It's got a tapered wing already.
Well, the Trailblazer does too. I've already got it. Well, I got most of it cut.
This is for
I got some wood ordered to cut the rest of it. We're working on it. Hoping to have the big one for next year, and then the LE's down the line. But I don't know. Since I crashed my Pathfinder, I've got to build another Pathfinder. And I mean, when you got the Pathfinder and the LE and the Trailblazer and a Pathfinder twin on your bucket list to build, dang, Gordon, you're getting right popular all of a sudden, son.
You might just take one bite at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing them all at once. I'm doing one at a time.
Well,
But I say they're all on my list to build now.
I just built the profile. It's absolutely stopped.
Well, I tell you what, it's a good airplane, absolutely stopped.
I've changed the rudder a little bit, so it's got a curve to like a dorsal fin.
Yeah, I saw that, like on the new drawings of the twin.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like that. It looks good. Not only that, it shortens it up about a half an inch, so it got a little bit more room in the back of the
Start
truck.
taking a Hershey bar wing and you taper the back. The ribs are going to be too thick. You have to taper all them down too.
Well, sure. You go from the spar to the trailing edge and just
that gets
taper them.
pretty complicated.
Oh, ain't nothing to it, Joe.
Well, why do it if you've got a wing that's already right?
Well, I'm trying to take some weight. I have been reading
Yeah,
that
no
a tapered forward trailing edge takes some of the load off the flaps when you're flying in the wind. I'm not a good wind flyer, and I'm trying to improve. So I'm doing whatever I can, trying to think about what I can.
To be accurate, it takes away stick pressure.
Well, that's what I mean. Take the handle pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do what I can. I figured that's one that I've got planned to build anyway, and it would be a good one. It's an easy plane to build. I mean, you can build that plane in 2 weeks if you're going to monocoat it. Build that plane and paint the fuselage and cover the wings and put a motor on it ready to fly in 2 weeks.
I'm not going
Not a problem.
so we can
If you look at the February 2nd, 2014 hangout, which Sparky's edited, you'll see how to get leverage over your control system so you don't need to pervert the airplane to be able to deflect your flap.
Well, I'm already using your control system in it.
Well, then you'll be fine.
Okay. Well,
how far are you moving the bell crank?
I don't remember. Wherever it worked out to. I just used your math and it works out. I think it goes.
I think I lost you there.
I don't remember how much you move it.
Oh, well, if you move the bell crank almost plus or minus 90 degrees, you got a big enough bell crank.
Oh, you mean how much it spans? No.
How much it rotates?
No, I don't. It don't go more than about 40 degrees in either direction.
Oh, well, then fix that. Then you won't have to pervert the airplane to make it to be able to deflect the flaps in the wind.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You're saying that swept forward trailing edges are perverting the airplane?
If it's not built that way, yes.
He's
if it's not built that way, yes.
He's changing the airplane supposedly to reduce hinge moment. You don't need to if you get enough leverage over the hinge.
It's not the only thing it does. It's not the only thing it does.
There's been a lot of straight wing airplanes win the Nats in the world. That's all I got to say about that.
There's been a lot of swept forward trailing edge airplanes that have won the Nats too.
Well, that's the reason what I was thinking about. I've been looking at some of these straight wing airplanes fly, and some of them are really doing a good job. So if you took a wing that already does an excellent job, the Pathfinder, and you slanted the trailing edge forward, it seems like that would be, get down, Jack.
Well, it's not quite
that would be a plus.
It's not quite that simple. You know.
It's not?
No, I mean, you just, far be it from me to, I'm not an airplane designer as much as I'm a stylist, but I've tried a number of things over the years. And one of the reasons I didn't even realize what I had done when I swept the trailing edge forward. I thought it was just to lower the stick load in the wind, in which it did. But Dean Pappas enlightened me on something. He said, measure where your height point at the quarter chord is at the tips and measure where it is at the root. And we did that and laid it out on a top view. and then we laid a straight edge across it, and it was a straight line. He convinced me that would make the airplane fly better in the wind. Why? I'm not exactly sure, but it does. So just taking any old wing and sweeping it forward without taking any airfoils in consideration, may not be the answer.
Well, this is a constant. This wing that I'm talking about, the reason I'm thinking about it, the wing is this, the spars are straight, as in at the root they're say 2 1/4 inches, and they're the same thing at the tip. And you can build this thing, put the trailing edges on the table and build it flat, and you got a great wing. I'm gonna build it on rods, but slant the trailing edge.
The leading edge lift is going to move forward on that same span. Because you're going to have the leading edge the same, and it's going to taper off back. So your percent of cord is going to go forward a good bit in comparison.
I can see doing it on a wing. It's a tapered wing, not a straight leading edge wing per se. I always felt that straight wings flew better in the wind, like a chief. I was a chief guy when I was young instead of a nobler guy. And I always liked the way that, the straight wings flew in the wind. And Dean kind of convinced me that what I'm doing is faking myself out into making my wing think it's a constant chord wing to a degree. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems to work. Well, that's what Dean says.
I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with something.
It says no one walks away, but that's okay. I don't know.
I'm just trying to do something.
I just know it works for me, and I prefer swept forward trailing edges, but not on a straight leading edge wing.
A ringmaster will fly in the wind.
Yeah.
It's a straight leading edge and highly tapered side.
Right.
They'll
especially
fly
if
the
Joe
wind.
Gilbert's at the handle.
No, anybody can fly. They do pretty good in power.
Yeah.
The power is the big deal. Where Bob's looking at is to get to the top of the chain of the pile. When you're trying to get the last, we're talking about percents better, not 20%, 2 or 3%, I think.
I've had straight trailing edge airplanes, and I've had swept forward trailing edge airplanes, and I've had both of them work very, very well. Saturn with straight trailing edge, the Genesis 46 and the 35s were all straight trailing edge. But then I went to the swept forward trailing edge in 1980, and I felt that was the best scriber I ever owned. It had swept forward trailing edge, but not a straight leading edge. It was tapered, swept back.
Triple tapered.
With double taper. And I thought,
I think y'all just cured my problem. I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish up my Crossfire and get that thing flying, and then go ahead and build a Pathfinder as a Pathfinder.
That's a proven airplane. It flies great in the wind. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I've seen you fly it, and you flew it very well to Nats with it.
But having said that, there was a lot of guys with straight trailing edge airplanes that flew very well in the wind too. So I don't think that that's the determining factor. I think it has to do with personal preference. And having said that, each airplane is different too. It's not like a panacea where you just sweep the trailing edge forward, it's going to fly better. I went through a lot of iterations of these things before I got it right where I wanted it. And I'm still working on it.
Yeah, but I'm just doing something to play around.
Well, and that's fine.
That's good.
That's how you learned.
Yeah, I thought I'd try to learn something.
You do the same thing over and over and over again. If you like it,
that's
great.
boring.
You could look at Don Hutchison's profiles. He's got half of them's got trailing edge, triple tapered leading, tapered trailing edge, and thick to thin. The chipmunks are perfect. That's got a low aspect, triple tapered. The tail moment gets longer too when you take the trailing edge forward.
Yeah, the effective trail.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
One thing Dean told me, Dean, when he was explaining all this to me, and again, I'm not an aerodynamicist. I'm a that looks about right kind of guy. But he said if you take a straight trailing edge airplane and you compute where the quarter cord is at the root and the tip, the quarter cord will sweep about nominally 4 to 5 degrees. And if you make your airfoil such that the high point at the quarter cord at the root lines up in a straight line with the quarter cord at the tips, he said that's beneficial in the wind, and I believe it. The airplane doesn't yaw in the wind; it just flies through it. Now, Howard may say no and walk away, but the fact of the matter is, you know, I beat Howard with that airplane a few times, so you know.
Yeah, I'll tell you something there, Bob. My big Tony,
Yeah,
it's got a swept forward trailing edge and also dihedral.
yeah. How do you like it?
Love it.
There you go.
Howard's flying.
Billy
Can't
Weber
make-
Jerry's,
What's that?
you know, the Vulcan, one of his USA ones, one of the P-47s has front forward trailing edges, and they seem to fly pretty good. I think it's a personal preference thing.
He's got one of his Aries had a swept forward trailing edge.
Yep, all of them did.
I'm gonna go look. I've got one downstairs. I thought it was a straight trailing edge. I've got a 64 downstairs. It's built. It's not painted, but it's built.
Pretty sure it's a front forward trailing, not much. But you know the Juno had 2.5 inches per panel, 2.5 inches per side. That's extreme. I was using 1 7/16, and now I'm down to about 3/4 to 1 on the twins.
Didn't Adam had a pretty high taper trailing edge also?
Yeah,
Well, the last stiletto had about 3/4 of an inch. Is all it had, 3/4 to an inch somewhere in there.
there's
Les
got to be
says
something to it. Some
It
people
ain't got much, but it's got some.
Some people
Yeah.
hate it, and some people love it. I know Paul has been very much against it over the years. However, he won the Nationals with a Mustang with swept forward trailing edge, so it can't be too bad.
And a 4-stroke.
And a 4-stroke. So, you know, I don't like saying that anything is the panacea, is the ultimate answer. I think there's so many variables in what we're doing, not just in design, but in each specific airplane. The way they're they're not built with micrometers, you know.
I agree with Bob totally.
Me too.
A lot of ways to skin that cat.
And I've always been like I always told people here. I've said it several times about the 5 attributes that Billy and I kind of coalesced on those many trips we made out to VSC. What each airplane needs, and it boils down to, I believe, 5 things, and that is in no particular order, because if one is missing, the other 4 don't matter anyway. The airplane has to be light. I mean, it doesn't mean feather light, but it means within a certain ounces per square foot of wing loading range. Say no more than 12. I'd have as low as 9.5. But if say 10 to 11, that would be really good. Okay, so light. And the next one would be straight. They got to be accurate in every respect, especially no decollage between the stabilizer center line, the wing center line, and generally the motor center line. Otherwise, they won't fly correctly. And then the third one is rigidity, because if an airplane is accurate on the workbench, but not accurate under load, it's not accurate. If it bends in the air, the accuracy doesn't mean anything because it's not accurate. And the fourth thing is a reliable, repeatable, adjustable, powerful engine. I don't care if it's glow, electric, steam, nuclear, or 2 chipmunks on a turntable. It has to be tunable by the owner and understandable and consistent over a long period of time. And then the 5th thing is a fully adjustable, robust control system that at minimum allows you to adjust elevator flap neutraling and elevator flap ratio. All 5 of those attributes are in any of these designs. They're going to fly good.
All right, I got one question. Now, I agree with everything you just said, but I also read an article that says things that always work. And when he said cant that stab up,
you can put a little tiny bit of positive incidents in, and it's not going to hurt anything. But no negative ever.
No, negative will kill you.
Negative will kill you. You'll never get it trimmed. A little. I think even David uses a little bit of positive. I know Raby used quite a bit, but his airplanes were so unusual in configuration as to where the wing was and how much dihedral. He worked it out over a lot of airplanes and very innovative. But his airplanes all have swept forward trailing edges.
You sure don't want any positive.
No.
The negative. You don't want any negative.
Yeah.
Negative. Don't want any negative.
You don't want, yeah, the leading edge of the stab down is a no-no.
Yeah. Stab down's really, that's a death wish.
Yep. You
Randy
do
got
a little bit of positive.
Randy Smith. If you look at the plans to his Vectra, not Vector, Vectra, he had the wing in that thing cocked so that it gave the effect of the stab up just a little bit, but it also gave you down thrust. And I thought, what the heck? But anyway,
That's the way everybody did it.
Yeah, but Randy was the only one I know that published it, and I have his plane downstairs. One of his, I have a Vectra downstairs, and it did fly very well. And I know the guy that has his Vectra now. Tony Onimus has his Vectra, and it still is a good looking airplane after all these years. Randy never flew that thing very much.
I always try to build them 0, 0, 0. At least start there.
Well, that's the way I try to do, but I always seem to put a little bit of down thrust in, just enough down thrust. I know it's not up.
Well, the
and
thrust
same
is
thing in the stab, just enough
you can
up
put
that I
some
know it's
down
not
thrust
down.
in. If you're running a standard pitch propeller, a little down thrust sometimes helps. If you're running a reverse pitch propeller, a little up thrust helps. But never in the wing or tail, as far as I'm concerned. That's kind of a no-no for. And also, I don't believe in slop in the controls. I don't believe in
neither.
Me either.
Building a pre-worn-out airplane.
I tried
That's
it
a
on
good way of
purpose.
putting
I
it.
thought it was horrible.
That's a good way of putting it. A pre-worn out airplane.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
So,
having said
I
that,
got a question.
each one of us is different.
Yeah, I just went round and round with Mike Rogers on that, Bob, about slop and controls. He's a real proponent of putting slop in the controls. But that's that kind of old school thing that was developed a lot by Wendy, I believe. Was
Way back before Wendy. Schaefer was doing it. Lepione was doing it.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back to the original article on the impact, he said to put some in the controls then, but only in the elevator, none in the flaps.
Right. You never want anything in the flap.
Well, I put some in the original impact, and I ended up making a bushing to go in there to take it out because I didn't like it. It made the plane felt like it made the plane want to dance and do weird things.
You can't take the intersections.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to take it out. I made a little shim and took it out, and it worked much better.
Does adjusting the thrust up or down have the same effect as having positive incidence in the stabilizer?
No.
I don't think so. No.
It's a completely different thing.
It's downwash or upwash on the stab, depending.
A lot of people do 0, 0, then they'll hang the elevator to make that.
Oh, no.
But when you do that, now when you give it up, the flaps are way ahead. And you give it down, the flaps are way behind.
I agree.
Yeah, it don't
That's
work.
a bad idea.
But again, everybody finds something that works for them, and to them that will be their axiom. They'll say, "Well, this is why my airplane works," and you know, who's to say they're wrong? I mean, if it works, it works.
That's right.
Works for them, even if it just they make it work. I mean, I can tell you at least one guy who's a really good pilot who built airplanes that just weren't that good, but he flew them into submission and he made the darn things fly well. And won the Nationals with one of them.
I've flown airplanes that were set up. I've flown
Howard,
a
you
number
got
of
to fly
airplanes.
on the other side of the circle because we can't see the airplane doing the tricks.
It's that's good, I think.
He got enough of us critiquing him last week.
Well, I've been working on it. I've been working on my wing overs coming down and not going like that. And
Are you using the 12-pin Igor?
12-10.
The 12-pin Igor timer?
12 pin, yes.
Yeah. How you like it?
This is version 1.0. No, this is version 0.8. And the production ones now are 1.0.
I just got 2 of them.
Okay, well, you're in for an adventure.
That's what I hear. But that's okay. It gives me something to do.
What's the adventure? I'd like to know.
Trying to figure out how to make it.
Well, I thought, well, one of the pieces of advice I got from Joe was to add some giddy up in the corner. So I did what I thought was adding giddy up in the corner, and it seemed to work. But Jim Aaron said, no, it doesn't work. That adding the corner drag compensation doesn't work unless you've got some combination of up and down gain, which I didn't have. So he's going to tell me how to make it work.
The reason I bought one is I was Cha-Cha and I went out to the Nats together this past year. I picked him up and drove him out. And we got there on Saturday afternoon. We went right to the L pad, and I was watching Orestes fly. He had that new setup in there, and I've never seen it done better. It was at the same time it was inspiring and demoralizing because he had that thing working so perfectly. I've never seen anything work that perfect before.
That's the reason Bob flies I'm sorry. That was supposed to be a good joke. That's why Bob just flies classic now.
Yeah, pretty much. I told my son Brian. He asked me if I went to the Nats. I said, "Yeah, I was." I said I was in the sideshow. He says, "Well, at least you were in the circus."
That's a good answer.
I like
that's
that.
a good kid.
Yeah.
I like that. Well done.
So now, what was this thing that you were going to do to the Pathfinder?
Well, I was going to put taper in the trailing edge of the wing, but I about been talked out of it. I've got enough designs that have it. I'll just fly one of them.
Well, you can do
Pathfinder works the way it is. I'll just leave it alone and fly.
Yeah, the Pathfinder's pretty well worked out.
You're going to sweep the trailing edge forward and then leave everything from the spar forward the same.
Well, leave the wing alone. Just change it. It would just be changed from the spars back.
You leave the wing alone.
Yeah, leave the leading edge alone.
Leave the leading edge alone. From the spars back, you'd taper it.
Right.
So you'd have a swept forward wing left over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a ringmaster with flank, is what it'd
Has
be.
anybody here?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever flown a swept forward wing stunt ship, a swept forward wing where the whole wing was swept forward?
Yeah, I have.
There's been a couple of them.
Yeah, I flew one.
How'd you
Sounds
like it?
something Jeff
It's
Keats would
half
do.
A, but it turns on a dime. You actually have to slow your handle way down.
Well,
it really turned.
Still heavy,
Or just
Tell Phil how the twin flies, and it's straight.
it's wonderful.
Yeah. And I'm building one. I'm gonna build one. I'm not building it, but I intend to build a twin.
Okay,
I wanted a twin for a long time, and it looks like the only way I'm going to get one is to build a twin Pathfinder. I at least have plans to it.
Nothing wrong with the twin Pathfinder.
Make sure your plans are right. The plans we've seen are not quite right.
That one that
What's
I
wrong
flew
with it?
along to Gordon that Howard has, that is about as good an airplane as you can hope to find, of its type. I mean, it really, really flies well. It turns, it locks, it tracks. It can fly at any size you want to fly it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay. You might just be moving that one up closer to the head of the list.
Oh, yeah, you got to
Well,
put it on the list.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the plans?
I forget the engine offset. I think some other.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. That right in the cell outset. I'm not going to do that. But
It's in the cell.
yeah,
You want
the
the
whole nacelle.
nacelle. You want to measure it so the center of the spinner from the fuselage is the same going inboard and outboard.
There you go.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, I already figured on that one.
I forgot what the problem was.
Yeah, I love that little swim.
I couldn't believe you gave it up. That was whew.
Yeah, it's a good airplane.
I got the Don't talk about giving it up now.
Gordy let me fly that at VSC one year, and I went home and started working on my twin. I put my twin on the back burner. I went home immediately and started working on it. Then I called Gordy and I wanted to see, how far off I was on measurements and stuff. And remember that, Gordy? We compared notes and I was like within a quarter of an inch all the way around.
Yeah.
Good.
You got a pretty good eye, Bob.
I was just darn lucky, is what I was.
I think you just got a
Just
pretty
as
darn
soon
good
be
eye.
lucky as good any day, Bob.
Me too. I'll second that.
Now, the only thing I found that I think makes them better is we're shortening the nacelles now. And
Remember you saying that.
we have to move the battery forward to get ballast because we're putting smaller motors in, building slightly smaller airplanes. And we're putting the 23 millimeter motors, 2310s. And so you're moving the weight back. So you have to get the balance point, by moving the battery forward. But so you have to make provisions for that in the fuselage to make a little bit longer nose, just in case you need to slide the battery further forward. But the shorter nacelles seem to make the airplane pivot a lot quicker.
I would think so.
Yeah, really, Robbie has one that just really flies good.
Is the battery forward of the motors?
Yeah.
Bob, would you shorten the nacelles?
Yesterday we used your spreadsheet, Howard, because we had 5S 2200s in it running both motors, and we were running them down below 20%, and finally the batteries started to give out. So I took the batteries that I had in my Crossfire and the Genesis I flew last year, which are 2800 5Ss, and they're 1.4 ounces heavier. So we used your spreadsheet to figure out how far we had to move the battery back in order to maintain the same balance point. And it was 0.8 inches. So we did that and we went out and flew it today. Life's good.
Another satisfied customer.
I'm sorry.
Well done.
Yeah.
Your check's in the mail.
So the battery comes out forward of the motors, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. But moving the motors back and the battery forward made it better.
Yeah, I think getting the thrust of the props back for some reason. Dean even said that. He said, try moving it back closer to the leading edge. And it really works.
Huh.
So on the Pathfinder Twin as an electric, how much would you consider moving? I had planned to use 2814s, but I may end up using 23 somethings now.
I'm going to defer to Gordy on that.
Gordy, what would you do? How much would you move the nacelles back? How much would you shorten the nacelles? It's still got to hold the motor, and it's still got to hold an ESC.
You can put
how much does that battery weigh? Is that about 8 ounces, isn't it? 9 ounces?
9 ounces.
Yeah, 9 ounces.
9 ounces.
So you're probably gonna have to shorten it. What, Bob? What do you think? About 2 inches?
Yeah, that's about where I've done mine. About 2 inches. I was at 6. I'm down to 4. Robbie's down to like 2 inches. But we put the ESCs in the fuselage.
Yeah, that's what you do, I think.
Well, I wonder what would happen if you took the fuselage. A lot of the guys are building the fuselages now and building them like a built-up fuselage. And they only have, according to the rules, they only have to be 3/4 of an inch or less after the flaps. So if you built the front of that thing like a built-up and took the nose off like Bob takes his off, put the batteries in the way Bob puts his in through the top, then you could build Bob's system of the battery holder, and it'd be simple to move it back. Well, it wouldn't be simple, but it'd be a lot simpler moving it backwards and forwards in one of those holders.
And it's all aesthetics. I mean, at that point, in a profile, I think you just the battery on the side of the airplane and live with it. I mean, Rick Huff put his right in the center of the profile fuselage. He has it so it centers up, so you don't have any.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that works fine. And he just lets it stick out in the in the air.
Check out in the breeze.
Keep the battery cool.
Yeah, it does. No doubt about it. Let's see if
I got a question. This guy wrote here on our chat. Should the bearings on a Badass 3515 be occasionally oiled on an electric control line ship?
I do mine. I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, if it's something that should be done as often as I do it, but I'm an old tech, and about every 25 or 35 flights, in other words, about once every month or about once a month, I'll put, I mean, a little drop on the front and then spin the motor a little bit and with the plane upright, and then turn the plane over and get to that back bearing and put a little drop back there. And I don't mean a big drop. I mean a little bitty drop, and then spin the motor. If it doesn't all disappear into the bearing, you're putting too much on it. But when you spun it for a minute, take a paper towel or something to stick in there and get the excess out of there, because you don't want that excess oil in your plane. But yeah, I try to keep mine oiled. I use a really good machine oil. It's the stuff that we used in high-end copy machines way back when.
Was he talking
3M
about
oil.
the motor or the control system?
He's just talking about the motor, electric motor.
Yeah.
Control systems, 90% of the time you can't get to them. So trick to that's put a little lithium grease on it as you're building it.
Right.
Lithium grease is grease with a little bit of ball bearing. That's graphite bearings in it. It's like ball bearings. And put that all in it as you're building it. And then once you put it all together and you got it all fancied up, you got everything finished up, go back with a paper towel and wipe off everything you can. Because if you can get to it, it's on the outside anyway. You don't want it. It's just weight. Get rid of all of that.
It's a dust collector is what that is.
That's exactly what it is.
Can somebody turn
So
on?
get rid of every bit of it you can get rid of and leave what's in the controls there, and you're fine. Because that lithium and carbon, I can't think of the word.
Is the sharing
Aren't going
turned on
anywhere.
there, Gary?
It'll last from now on. I've had planes I've got a plane downstairs that's 30 years old, and we finally crashed it. It finally suffered a failure.
Joe, can we each
It
have a
was the
piece of
pilot,
that
not the
cake?
plane.
No.
And when I pulled it apart to see what it was,
At the
what was going
26
on,
you can.
the grease was still in those components. And it was one of the freest airplanes I had.
Okay.
That do it?
No.
Gary, I think you're sharing.
Yeah.
I'm sharing.
I can't tell who's sharing. Somebody's Zoom.
Gary's.
That Gary.
So where do I go to get it back here?
Looks like a nice piece of carbon fiber.
Regarding swept forward wing airplanes, the Firecracker, Brian
Yeah.
Gardner's.
Yeah.
That looks like a good airplane. And sweeping the wing forward will reduce the dihedral effect in the wind.
I may try that
Rolling
airplane
motor.
eventually, but it's going to be a while. That's a huge airplane.
Alan Ressinger had one, but nobody else could fly it because he flies backward.
Yeah.
Well, somebody up there in the Northwest was flying a firecracker and the wing folded in the maneuver.
Oh, yeah? I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was about 20 years ago.
I kept trying for the longest time. I kept asking people, what is that airplane on the Pampa logo? And nobody could tell me. Nobody would tell me. And then I finally got plans to the Firecracker, and I said, I will be doggone.
There you go.
There it is.
All right, here you go. This is a picture of Derek trying to figure out if you notice I don't know how we can make that bigger.
You can see it.
Well, yeah, but you can see the battery where it is, but you can also see the motors. The elevator is up and the motors are pointing up. This has got the vectored thrust.
Yeah, that's the one he flew at the
Oh, is
Nats.
that the Bel Air?
Had a mishap.
That's the Bel Air.
I flew.
Oh man, that made me sick. It crashed right in front of me at the Nats.
Yeah, that was a fine flying airplane. He flew that at Brodak as well, and it flew very well.
Yeah, it's a good airplane.
Who's the pilot on that, Bob? I can't.
What's that?
Who's the pilot of that model on the LPAD there?
Well, that's Derek just kind of looking at it, wondering why the motors are moving while the elevators are moving.
Oh, okay.
Rick Huff is the owner.
Huff? Yeah, it was
Rick here. Okay. Okay.
All right, I got a dumb question. Because either I'm looking at this all screwy, or why is his box shaped like that?
It's open a little bit.
Because he's an engineer.
I don't see anything open on it, but it looks like the top is slanted up. Why in the world would he do that?
That is an ammo box, and it's not locked down, Phil.
There you
Look
go.
at the shape of it.
Is
It's
that
an
what it
ammo
is?
box.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's an ammo box.
That's
Probably
what it
got
looks
his batteries in there.
You saw
Well,
how long
with
those
Rick,
Battery.
with Rick Huff, I mean, honestly, I don't know, because this guy he's on another level. He's not with Dean Pappas, but he's close.
You saw how long those nacelles were.
Yeah.
And I've shown this before, but this will give you an idea with the one that Robbie's flying, how short the nacelles are. And this is probably the best flying of the bunch.
That's the one
Good
I
grief.
want right there.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
Me too.
That thing turns a corner that's unbelievable.
Does he have retracts in it? No, he don't.
No retracts.
It weighs
That's
40
the gig right there. Keep it simple, stupid.
It weighs
Engine
40
stay cool. Yada yada yada.
It weighs 45 ounces all up with the battery on 500.
Wow, with the battery?
With the battery.
So,
Wow. What's the wingspan?
Those
56 maybe?
No, it's not even that. 52, 53.
so those nacelles are really just a profile.
Yeah, they're just
That's a Nobler airplane.
So it's just hanging out in the wind.
Yep.
They'd stay cool.
Yeah.
They would stay cool.
The test
I guess-
bed.
Sure.
I'm building a built-up version of this with a higher aspect ratio wing, but the nacelles are going to be fairly short.
Bob, how do you keep your batteries cool? Because I do not see any entry.
Well, let's see if I can find a picture that shows a little better how I do that. Just a minute here.
Unless you're dragging it in through the opening for the landing gear, I don't see any opening.
I am. Hold on. I'm going to give you a picture here.
On one of your planes, second wind or something, had some exhaust.
If you look
Oh,
at-
okay. I see it now.
If you look in front of the nose gear, there's a slanted, it's slanted in there. And
yeah, I see
air
it.
goes in between those two stimulated gear doors and goes up a ramp right onto the battery. And
Out
then
the back end.
whole fuselage is Swiss cheese, and it's got an outlet at the back. And as the air rushes past the back of the airplane, it forms a low pressure area and sucks the air right through the fuselage.
It gives it
Oh,
thrust
doggone.
too. It gives it thrust, surely. We can say it does. They did on the Mustang. Why not?
Yeah, we could. Hey, listen, you lie, I'll swear to it.
We used to say, you run it up the flagpole and I'll salute it.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it was so to speak. And then this is a bad photo, but you get an idea. The ESCs are in the fuselage.
Oh.
Oh, brother. Where does the battery go? Be forward of that.
No, yeah, it goes right in there. I mean, those wires move out of the way, and the battery just slides. Let's see if I can find a picture with the battery. Hold on. Yeah.
Y'all are still using the wire system, just plug one wire in?
Yeah, for that airplane we are. It's just a test bed airplane.
Yeah, that looks like I expected. Very neat.
So Bob, you changed the front part of the battery mount so that you only have to use one bolt instead of two.
Yeah, on this one we just use one bolt. It's not that big a battery. It's only in this case it was a 2200 5S. We just put a 2800 5S in it. I had to modify the mount a little bit, the battery mount, but it works just as well. And it was only 1.4 ounces heavier. And we used Howard's his spreadsheet, and it said if you want to maintain the same balance point, you move the battery aft 3/4 of an inch or 8/10 of an inch, and that's what we did. And we took it out today and flew it, and it's pretty much right on the money.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really a nice little airplane.
Oh, Howard's flying again. Look at there.
Yeah, but
he's doing loops
camera's
right in
not in
front.
a good spot.
No, doing loops in front of us, I believe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
here's the
There it is.
very simple. It's light. It's not adjustable, but you make new ones if you have to adjust the battery. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but what's so nice about that is you can use that same mount, well, a variation on that same mount to hook it to the paint stand and actually hold the bloody thing in the paint stand.
Exactly right. Exactly right. You can pick up the connection points that has, and use make a shoe that goes in there.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was having nightmares trying to paint electric airplanes, and because I was using side mount batteries, and I saw this, and I said, "Okay, that's the end of my side mount batteries." Now I figured out a way to put the shoe in there in the side mount, so we might still have it. I don't know.
Has anybody seen Roger Kramer's electric Pathfinder?
Have
No.
not.
No,
No,
but my next
the
one
only-
will be electric.
The only thing he's showing is the button to push to start the timer. He put 2 cheek cowls on it, and he used a little slide bar, and you just pull the slide bar, and the cheek cows slide off.
Yeah,
I mean,
what I
you
was
can't,
doing.
can't see any wires, can't see any batteries,
Yeah,
and it's really, really nice.
Oh, you
that's all you need.
That's kind of the system I'm thinking about doing. The first one I saw do it was the Atomovs with their little SV11 profiles, and they really did a neat job. And I came home and looked at that and started playing, and I've come up with a system of my own that works to do that. It works.
Did you ever see Tim Stagg's Mustangs he built? Got a cheek cow that folds out and magnets back in. Got a
Mine
hinge in
pops
front.
off. Yeah.
Hinge in front, put the battery in, clamp it back, and it's got a cowling covers the battery and all the wiring up and snaps around the wing.
Yeah. Does his have the square on the outside, or did he build a cheek cowl for the outside too?
No, just inside. Just inside where the battery
Yeah,
is. Whatever it was. It's inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one like that too. Tom Morris designed that.
No, well, okay.
This is kind of a shoe that goes in that particular airplane and picks up the mount for the battery and the rear mount in the slot. You know, we put a tab in the slot.
Yeah.
And I can show you how that looks with in the airplane here. If I think I got a picture of that.
I ain't trying to knock anybody there. I just saying that was one of Tom's designs.
I don't
I
know.
went down there and he had.
That wasn't
he
what
had
Tim did, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Tim had a carbon fiber molded rounded thing that flowed into the fuselage.
Oh, that sounds more like Tim. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that is neat, Bob. You don't have your broomstick glued to it yet, though.
Not yet. No. Well, my little rotisserie, you know.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well,
That
it's
is
got
very,
some
very
really
neat.
long nacelles.
What's that?
I said that looked like it had really long
That was the
nacelles.
first one. That was the second one. That had really long nacelles. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it flew well.
Yeah, it flew great. But you know, again, you know, just because an airplane flies good doesn't mean we can't make them fly better. And that's kind of what we keep trying to do is make them fly better.
I keep waiting to see when you're going to have stunt vectoring propellers on yours too.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it right
That's
there.
for painting.
Yeah.
How about that?
That way you put
I was having nightmares trying to figure out how do you paint these bloody things, and there it is.
Think of you know, the tabs where the battery mount bolts into the airplane and in the back too, and it, you know, takes away all the stress. You know, I never liked bolting to a motor mount, and you know, with the electrics you can't do that anyway, especially with the equipment.
Well, if you got to take apart, you can do it to the fuselage. I wouldn't do it to the whole airplane.
Yeah,
I just do it to my fuselage.
I think I've shown these before. I'm gonna find the other one. I don't know what I did with the other one. This is the vector thrust unit.
Make him big.
It's a lot simpler than I expected.
Yeah, it's very simple.
You make him big, Gary?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Motor mounts to these bolts here.
So that's a rear mount motor?
This is Rick Huff's.
Rick Huff's rotary.
Oh yeah, they're all rear mount.
Vector thrust. I have one here with a motor on it too. I just don't know where I put it.
But you can make how much you move it, how far you go up and down that rod.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's one with the motor.
Bob, when's this going to work its way into your new stunner?
Well, it's very possible real soon.
So it goes up more
Yeah.
than down?
No.
Wouldn't take much to move it, would it?
He found that about 10 degrees up and 10 degrees down seems about
max. I think.
Have you tried moving the motor the other direction?
I'm sorry?
Have you tried moving the motor the other direction?
The other direction.
Make it go down, up.
Howard's getting engineering on us.
Side to side, you mean?
Side to side?
No, oh no. But hey, now that you mention it, you could skew it a little bit. But wow, that'd be cool. Side to side. No, have it go down when you give up elevator.
Oh, why would you want that?
I don't know. I'd try it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I better
Good
yet,
night, baby.
have you try it.
I prefer to send this to you and let you try that.
Oh, send it to me. Sure.
Ray B. Rudder, those motors where they do this when you give it down.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, you could just clock it like 5 degrees.
Oh, Gordon, these guys are too many, brother.
Now, one thing Rick Huff did say, he said on the Twin, it didn't work as well as it did on a single motor airplane with the motor further out from the balance point of the airplane.
Got more leverage.
Yeah, he said it worked better on a single motor airplane. He didn't say it didn't work on the Twin. It didn't give it much more corner, where it did give more corner to the single engine airplane with a longer nose. But it did improve vastly. I flew both of the airplanes he had it on. It did improve vastly the transitioning in the eights.
Oh.
The kiss point in the eights.
Oh,
that's a good thing right there.
Yeah. I could use some vast improvement in mine.
Yeah.
Couldn't we all?
What luck! I have a single motor airplane.
Yeah, it would probably work very well in that. I have a larger one for a single motor airplane. If you want me to send it to you, mess with it. These are little ones. These are for the 23 millimeter. These are 23 millimeter motors.
You have to round your motor, your front end, to make it have room to swivel on your spinner.
Yeah, you make like a P-47 type nose, so you can,
Oh.
Has anybody tried that?
Well, the spinner only has to fit during appearance judging on the ground, and then it can do whatever it wants to.
Yeah.
Bob, has anybody tried that yet?
Yeah, Rick's had it in the airplane he flew at the Nats last year.
Who did?
Rick Huff, that airplane I showed a few minutes ago, he flew that at the Nats. He's been flying it for the last couple of years on the East Coast, and he's got a bunch of test bed airplanes. He has a couple of profiles that work well, and he's been building a single engine, single motor, longer nose airplane to test out the effects of one a little further out.
He had it on
Howard, that'd be
chipmunk airplane at Triple Tree.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
and it was monkeying, and it was working pretty good, y'all.
Yeah, I've flown that
Howard,
airplane.
that'd be fun on
both twins.
That'd be fun on our fancy-sized twisters.
He had it on the Bel Air, and he also had it on the BF-110.
Mm-hmm.
I flew both of those.
Yeah, I got a fancy-sized twister kit. I could do that.
Yeah, me too. That'd be fun. After seeing how it's built, I might have to think about building one of those.
And the way he built these was really ingenious. He bought a piece of channel stock of
aluminum.
What a piece of, it was actually a full channel. And then he just cut out of that channel what he needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So does
That's pretty slick.
It's very easy.
That's pretty.
Very
Bob,
good.
control
Light.
that with the bell crank?
Yeah, it hooks it up to the bell crank.
I see.
Yeah, it's got to be mechanical.
Now, on the twins, when he retrofitted it to the twins, there was no way to get to the bell crank to hook it up. So what I suggested he did, and he did, was kind of like what we did on the RC pattern airplanes, where we had strip ailerons. and we had servos out of the wing that went back to the strip aileron on the bottom. So I said, why don't you just put a little pad in the bottom of the flap, mount a horn, and run a push rod forward through the back of the nacelle all the way to the front of the nacelle, and actuate it that way. And that's what he did.
It worked good.
It worked great.
It flew great
He
until
built
that.
a little fixture so he had equal movement on
Yeah.
both of them. He was able to get them so they had the exact same amount of movement. Little alignment fixture.
I may have to try that and put it on that fancy rise twister. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think, you know.
Yeah, try it both ways though, and have it so you could rotate it a little bit. To go.
10 degrees up and 10 degrees down is what he's found to be pretty much optimal. He didn't find much advantage in going more than 10 degrees.
But he hasn't rotated it, or doesn't have the capability to rotate it. That's a little bit.
I showed you gap here. Yeah, so it mounts here on the back, and that would be level, let's say nominally, and that's up.
It must be muted.
That's down.
I just think that's just neat as heck.
Yeah, he's really clever. He's almost as clever as
He's pretty clever. That's a good statement.
almost as clever as Howard.
No, he's more clever than I am. I just fly at impact.
But it does show you one thing. It shows you just when you think there's nothing new to investigate, there's something new to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, no dead air. Come on, guys.
No, everybody's thinking.
Speaking of dead air,
That's dangerous.
It was kind of breezy here, yet on the last corner of the triangles, I hit my wake.
Ooh, that's not good.
No, even though it was breezy, that's weird.
Yeah.
Sounds like a contest day, don't it, Howard?
Probably a thermal.
Well, ain't no thermals this time of day.
Oh man, we get thermals.
I think it
We
might
get
have been
thermals
blowing
in
around
St.
the
Louis
shop.
at Booter Park, and it feels like the wind is coming from every direction at once.
But you do your overheads downwind. That's the cool part of the thermal.
That's the way hobbies gotten. The trees are getting so big that you feel like you're flying in a, it feels like they're over you. It's getting kind of weird.
You got to have the trees for shade, though. What you playing with, Carl? What you got there? You're muted. There
Oh,
we
I
go.
got a Walkerman. You know, I told you earlier. I put another piston liner in this App 25.
Yeah.
Now I'm mounting the motor back onto the plane.
What plane is it?
It's like a Walkerman.
Oh, it's a combat plane?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not a Walkerman. Walkerman has a tail right on the trailing edges.
Oh yeah, you true. This
What is it, Mike?
That's called a Barracuda.
Yeah,
Barracuda.
exactly. Thank you, Mike. I got so many of them, and moving up here to Nevada, I lost track with what I had, what they're called. I just
Those are old Meslick fast combat planes. They were made for Nelson 36s back in the late 90s.
90s.
Can you keep up with that, Carl?
Well, he's got an ASP 25 on it, not a Nelson.
Oh,
36.
okay. So it's going to go slower.
Yeah. You can use them for speed limit combat too. You put a LA 40 on them or the ASP 25. I don't know if it'll go 75 with a 25 on it. Maybe with the ASP because that's a dual ball bearing Shirley ported motor. The ASP 25 has a lot more power than the LA 25 and the OS 25. So a lot of guys were running ASP 32s on the speed limit planes and actually having to slow them down a little bit.
Wow.
But those 25s are zingers. We have one, Carl. We got a 25, and it's on an F2D plane. It's actually too fast for speed limit.
80
mile an hour. Yeah, it's 80, 82.
fly that.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to punch out. I gotta go take my doggy out.
Oh,
Good seeing you,
all right,
Bob.
Okay.
And say
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, I'm going to fly mine here in a minute.
Yeah, well,
Well,
you
you
gotta
don't-
fly
Always
the
good to
other,
see,
fly it away from the camera.
Taking your dog for a walk.
always good to see you, Bob. You take care of yourself.
Guys,
Yeah.
Thanks
Be
for
good.
dropping by, Bob. Mike, what is the speed limit combat?
Well, it depends where you live. If you're east of the Mississippi, we all fly 75 because that's the AMA rule for shutoffs. Anything faster than 75, you got to have a shutoff. The boys west of the Mississippi, specifically California and the Southwest, they like to fly 80. So they fly 80-mile-an-hour speed limit, but their planes have to have shutoffs, either swing arms or internals of some sort.
And how is that
2 laps.
regulated?
Timed 2 laps timed by the center marshal or the circle marshal outside the circle when the airplanes first go up.
Oh, okay.
For 75 mile an hour, it's 7.2 seconds for 2 laps is the AMA rule, which they got wrong because it's actually 6.85 is the real time for 2 laps. But they did 7.2 because you're towing a streamer. And if your streamer's gone, the theory is the airplane still will be at 75 miles an hour with no streamer. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
685 is the actual number, but you can't time 685 with a streamer because when a streamer's gone, then they're probably going 77. You know?
So you have to fly 2 laps.
You fly 2 laps, the circle marshal put level, 2 laps level. Circle marshal puts a watch on you, make sure you're legal. If you're not legal, he'll flag you down and tell you to land your airplane, and you got to do something, either change the prop or lift it up.
Okay.
And then, but I tell you, most of the time, even if you're fast, if both planes are going the same speed and somebody isn't like blowing the other guy away, they'll let it go. You know, but if somebody's obviously, 8 miles an hour faster than the other guy, they'll make him put it down.
Okay.
So I haven't seen anybody forced to land an airplane. Have you ever?
That's 2021. Ryland Ridge, and he refused to put it down and lost the match.
Well, okay, but other than that, in the 15 years that we've been flying combat, we've only seen it once or twice where somebody got called on it.
Well, how the heck do they expect you to put it down? I mean, you got to fly it out, don't you?
No, you crash your airplane in front of your pit man and hope you don't break the prop. And if you break the prop, you have to change the prop anyway, because if you're too fast and you're running, let's say a 8.6, you put an 8.4 on it and hope you're under, Or if you're running
So
a
you
9,
have to crash the airplane.
well,
oh man,
the props don't necessarily. If you just skip it in, there's an art to it. You try to skip it in like a quarter lap before your pit man, and then maybe just glide it to your pit guy, and you don't do it on the other side of the circle and make your pit guy run. But
Could you hook the
yeah,
other?
but I don't want to
airplane up
fly it
and
into
go?
the ground. If it's going 70 miles an hour, I don't hit the ground with it anyway.
we do it all the time. If we get a lean run and the airplane's running like crap, I'd rather replace a $4 prop than a $200 engine.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
You just
I'd be
skip it
afraid to
in,
lose
man. You just get close.
But
skip
Mike,
it.
skipping that.
Obvious he's never flown combat before, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Well, but if you fly combat, that's one of the tools in your arsenal that you learn how to do. I'm not saying
doing that skip. The idea is to do the skip without breaking the prop, but that's an art. I fly with a gentleman down at Mission Bay, and whenever his bladder goes bad and it's running intermittent, he just brings it in, and somehow he's just able to just barely touch the prop, and it kills the motor without breaking the prop.
Yeah, you can do it.
And I tried doing it, and I end up breaking my props. but there is an art to it, that's for sure.
The other thing is too, and Gordy knows this, you are allowed to step outside the circle as long as you don't go more than one lap. So you can step outside of the pilot's circle. Then any cuts that your opponent gets don't count if the circle marshal or the center marshal is watching. If you're outside, as long as you get the airplane down before you do one full revolution, that's legal. So if you got a bad run, a lean run, or it's too fast and you got to put it down, you step out, he can't get no cuts on you.
That's right.
But if you exceed one lap, you're fair game again, or it's a penalty. You get a penalty.
Are you using wooden props?
No.
No.
Nylon?
APCs, master air screws. I buy any nylon prop that I fly at a swap meet, and I pay 50 cents a piece for them. I come home from swap meets with 100 props.
If some guy's standing outside the circle, the other guy can't line up to get a cut off.
Right.
Yeah.
In speed limit, you have one lap to put the airplane down.
Yeah, but
not F2D.
If you're, but if you're out, you're saying the other guy is not allowed to catch it, but or catch don't count. But he ain't going to catch it if you're standing outside the circle, because
right, unless he steps out and they don't catch it. Yeah, I mean, there's
if that's the case,
he could step out too, and if the judges aren't watching, if the judges didn't see it, it didn't happen, right? And they go, "Oh, cut," So there's a lot of flimflammery in there too that can happen, but by the rules, you're allowed to do it. But
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Say a funny one. I got a bad engine run, and the other guy had just gone up, and so I ditched it, ran over the airplane, and yelled for him to bring a battery. He didn't bring a prop, and I is stuck on compression. I hit it, and it started.
Oh my goodness!
And so then I just had to wait for somebody to launch it so I get back out to the handle.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's awesome.
Golly, you stand there holding it, waiting for the pit guy to come help. Oh.
Hey, that's the only time it's ever happened.
Well, but that's what you got to do sometimes. If you're on the opposite side of the circle from your pit man and your plane goes down, you don't wait on your pit. You run out there. I carry a prop wrench in my pocket because I can at least get, if the prop's broken, I can get the broken prop off before the pit guy gets there. And once he shows up, then you can go back to the center and he can, I mean, there's a lot of Gordy knows, man. There's a lot of stuff that can help you win, and it'll shoot you in the foot too if you don't do it. Howard knows too, man. There's a lot of tricks.
Yeah. My phone's about out of battery, and the other thing ran out of battery, so I'm going to fly stunt, and I might run out of gas during the flight. So,
all right, Howard.
Take care of yourself, Howard.
All right, Howard.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen any of these? Are you in any other free flight groups on Facebook?
No, a couple of them. I can't tell you which ones, but I watch them fly.
I don't know where these guys are from, but it looks like Malaysia, maybe, because that kind of writing. Have you seen them flying those full-bodied, almost microfilm planes in that very
and they want them with no blast tube.
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, it doesn't look any bigger than
a tutor,
a half a cafeteria or something. I'm talking about the room they're flying in.
Yeah, and they start out about a 2 foot high, and it makes about 3 circles up and 3 circles down.
Yeah,
flying flat, just as flat as a pancake.
Yeah, but they're full square bodied airplanes.
You're absolutely right.
Microfilm stuff.
And they pull that out and wind that burger up and run in there on it.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess if it blows up, it just blows up.
It just blows up. Yeah, it would probably destroy the airplane. But I've been enjoying watching those videos.
I want one of those ones in microfilm that flies the prop going like this.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think that is so incredible.
I think that's so cool. But they used to be some online they used to be in the magazines where they flew like that, just real slow. And then when the prop quit, it folded back. So it didn't hurt the glide time, and the plane would glide around and come down and land.
On the microfilm, they don't ever glide. They land with power.
Yeah.
The microfilm.
There's
I don't
a
know what they call
gentleman.
these things. I don't know what they call these things, but they would glide down, and the just before the hit, they'd run out, and the prop would fold back, and they touch down with the prop folded back.
You
There's a
doing my two
gentleman
little
here.
bags of stunt work, Colleen? The two little bags, those little chiggers that I bought?
Hey, Joe.
Yes?
There's
here
a
they are.
gentleman here in Middle Tennessee. Now, I have not seen him in about 3 years, but for like the last 20 years, he always showed up at the RC swap meets, and he had a couple of microfilm planes. Of course, we always have them at the UAW Hall or the Armory, the National Guard Armory, pretty big gymnasium type place. But, you know, the swap meets going on, everybody's got their tables. And this guy would send up microfilm airplanes during the swap meet. And everybody there was pretty cool about it because everyone was aware when it came down and it was going to hit a table or somebody would just reach up and gently grab. You know, you didn't have people going up there and, you know, doing that.
You can't grab them.
People would get it before it hit and walk it back over his table, but he would just do that for hours during the
It's
swap.
so cool. Have you seen these? You can mount them on a piece of wood.
Lower.
Prop shaft.
Lower. There you
go. Yeah.
Prop
oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you can just build your props and change them by going through there and run it back there and twist it. And then you can change your props in that little chigger.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good deal, I think, for your no cows and your, you know, stick models, not your build up fuselages.
That's cool looking. I hadn't seen that.
I got one for you guys. Anybody there that's at the 59 Nationals?
I wasn't even born
no.
yet, Gordy.
Nobody?
I wasn't born for another 10 years.
No, I wasn't
old.
there. I remember reading the
at the 59 Nats, these guys were catching flies, and they put them in the freezer, and they go into hibernation. Then they'd take them out and glue this little tiny strip of newspaper, I'm guessing 8 inches long and 1/8 inch wide, and they'd glue that on the butt. Then they'd sit there and blow hot air on them until they started flying again. And you'd look up and you see this fly in the hangar, and all you can see is this piece of paper, looked like a combat plane flying all around the hangar.
Eat it, Joe's.
It was really a hoot.
Wow.
Oh, Lord. That's pretty cool. Oh, me.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you good night.
I think me too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'm
it's
gonna head
about
out
that
myself.
time, Gary.
Guys, have a
Yeah,
good night.
I guess it's about.
Good
Guys,
seeing
you all have a great week. Stay out of trouble. We'll see you Friday night. Hopefully, I'm going to get to go flying a little bit more this week. Getting one broke in, and maybe we'll get to fly a little bit. We'll see. Y'all take care.
Well,
When I
yeah,
say
next
flying, I don't
Monday
mean going
should
around
have a
circles.
report on the St. Louis contest.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. Y'all have a great one. Take care. Have a great week.
Good night.
Everybody left?
Yeah, everybody's gone except Besson's.
I just sent Sam out to check our skunk trap. I had a damn skunk in the yard last night. He was there out front yard last week, and I didn't get out there with my gun in time. He was out there last night. I took 2 shots at him and missed him. I shot over him. So I put out the trap tonight and put some cat food in it. I'm hoping I catch him, and then I'll go pop him in the skull while he's in the trap.
then you're gonna really stink the place up, Mike.
Well, I had about 2 months ago, I had to kill one because my cat got sprayed, like full on face shot. She almost died, man. She was fucked up bad. We're not streaming anymore, are we? You cut the stream, right?
No, we're streaming still.
Oh, you got to stop
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because
You're supposed to stop that a half hour ago.
when I go back to do it though, like it says that end meeting for all, or just leave meeting, and I say if I leave meeting, then there won't be anybody here to shut it down. So I'm not sure what. So.
Well, there's got to be a way to stop the stream.
Well, I can stop everything I know by end the meeting for all.
Well, no, stop the stream without ending the meeting.
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll just behave ourselves. Oops, sorry, I said the F word there. I didn't think we were streaming.
Okay, Hank Williams Jr.
Well, we're not supposed to be streaming. I thought I was safe to say what I wanted.
Yeah, well. Yes. Sparky said I could just leave it on and turn it off. So, what do you got? One of the live traps?
Yeah, I got a live trap out there.
Yeah.
Last night Sam was out there and it come walking across the patio. He came running in.
Oh.
Like, Dad, the skunk's out. Is it in trap? No. And then it went away, but then about 30 minutes later, it was out at the bottom of the bird feeder, I guess foraging for seeds. So I grabbed my pistol and took 2 shots at him, but I shot over his head. It was dark. So that's why I put the trap out, because I know if I get him in the trap, I'll get his ass. Because I got the other one like 2 months ago. Yeah, it was bad. It stunk up the whole yard, but I just went up there with a garbage can with a bag in it and dumped him in the bag and then wrapped the bag up 3 times and put it in a box. And then I took him to the landfill. So it's illegal to trap and move a skunk in the state of Tennessee. You're not allowed to trap them and just let them go somewhere else. It is legal to dispatch them, though. That's actually what you got to catch them and kill them. And then you can't take them to the recycling convenience centers, but you take them to the main landfill, the main dump, and they handle the dead animals there. They take them there. So I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm following the law.
Yeah.
If I trapped them and let them go in the woods somewhere, that would actually be against the law. But trapping them and killing them is not against the law. It's illegal to do. It's illegal to kill raccoons. You can trap coons and move them, but you can't dispatch them. Same thing with possums and armadillos. You can trap them, but you can't kill them. You got to take them somewhere else and let them go.
Do you have armadillos there?
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. Yep. My neighbor had one almost drowning in his pool 2 years ago, and he saved it with the skimmer and let him go. And I was like, man, why did you save that thing? Because they're terrible for your flower beds. They're rooty. They root really bad. They'll dig up your flower beds and your flowers and cause a lot of damage. But you're not allowed to touch those either. So.
Any deer disease there, like we got here in Ohio?
You talking about Lyme disease or chronic wasting disease?
Wasting disease, I think. Yeah.
No, there's no CWC down here. That's Michigan, Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Lyme disease. Lots of deer have Lyme disease. That's just from ticks, But
right.
The CWC, I don't. There might be some small pockets of it here, but nothing. Like you look at that map in Michigan, and it's everywhere. That's why they banned baiting in Michigan. Can't hunt over bait because it nose-to-nose contact, I guess, is how they get it. And I don't know. I haven't hunted in quite a few years, so I'm not up to spec on all the deer hunting regulations that there are now. I'm sure they've changed in the last 15 years since the last time I deer hunted.
So when's the next contest you're going to, Mike?
Maybe Canton I might go just for Sunday, Pampa.
Well,
and
where's
then
that
for
at?
Canton, Georgia.
Oh.
It's just north of Atlanta. It's about 3.5 hours for me. We can do that one. Just get up early Sunday morning, drive, fly, and then come back the same day. Because we're trying to still squeeze out some boat days on Saturdays. So I don't want to go for the whole weekend because we'll miss a boating day possibly. We got about probably another month of boating, probably 4 more weekends of boating. So I want to squeeze every last bit out of it since I got it. I'm paying to have it in the water.
So what's your boating season back where you're at?
Late April, 1st of May to, October 15th or so.
Yeah. You don't go in June or July or anything?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're out there every weekend, man.
Okay.
We're on the lake every Saturday if I'm home and we're not going somewhere else. But yeah, we try to use the boat at least one day a week on Saturday or Sunday. We prefer Saturdays.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not paying $300 a month to keep it at a marina to not go out there for a month.
Oh no. Well, I didn't realize you were doing that. But yeah,
No,
I wouldn't do that either.
No, it's at a marina, man. We use it. We are out there. Well, let us know how the ASP works now, Carl.
Yeah, I'll find out tomorrow when I get it outside and where I can fire it up. So I'm going down to Escondido this weekend to go fly with Charles and some of the other guys. Because they got a 50-year high school reunion on Saturday night in my hometown there. So
okay.
We're trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right on. All right, I'm gonna head in. I got other stuff I can do in the house here. I'm done out here for the night. We got 1 airplane fixed, so that's I call that a productive night.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
See you, Carl.
Huh?
I said I'll see you.
Oh, you're gonna sign off?
I guess.
Okay. Well, you have a good weekend, buddy.
Unless you got
Be
anything you want to
safe.
say.
Stay healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we got a fly in tomorrow or Saturday, so
Yeah.
yeah, our fall fly in. So okay then. Yeah, I don't know about I got this end meeting for all, and then I've got leave meeting. And I'm afraid if I stay leave meeting, then it takes me out, and then there's no one to stop the stream. It'll just keep on going. So that's why I wait for this, because it's the red. It's in red, and meeting for all. So I just stay here until I can do that. So I guess I'll see you then.